bum. Hello, Kevin Dean. Can you hear me, sir?
I can see you and hear you.
Kevin Dean, all the way from Lowestoft, isn't it?
Well, near Lowestoft.
Oh, near Lowestoft.
Yeah, Lowestoft is that way and Great Yarmouth is that way. I'm actually in a village in between.
Oh, I'm sort of like that because I'm Eastbourne. They've got Hastings and Brighton, and I'm in between that. It's not really a village; it's a town. But
I'm 6 miles. Yeah, 6 miles from Lowestoft, 6 miles from Yarmouth, and lots of nice villages around this area.
Brilliant! I love that area. You know, I done my first summer season in Great Yarmouth in '97. Yeah. 97, 23 years ago, and that was doing all the Haven holiday parks, and there was one called Liffin's Caravan Park. Did you play Liffin's?
Yeah, that's not far from here. That's now something else.
Burgh Castle.
Castle. Borough Castle.
Yeah, it's a Haven now, I believe.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when did we first meet? Did we meet? We met in the Water Rats first, didn't we? During the meeting.
You were just a rat, and I wasn't quite a rat. I'll tell you what it was. It was 1st of March 2014. I remember because the 1st of March 15, I said to you at the Rats when I was visiting before I became a rat. I said it's a year today since we met, Steve. It's a show in Galston.
That's it, Galston for Kenny Cantor. Yeah,
Galston Pavilion. God rest his soul.
Yeah, bless him. That was Kenny's show. And so well, it's nice to see you again. Now we've moved on because I see you so many times now. And it's whether you're doing hotels in Eastbourne, not at the moment, because they've all burnt down.
4 years ago. No, 4 years ago did those.
Was that 4 years ago? Blimey.
Yeah, I didn't do it. Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah, I can't believe how quick that went. That was 4 years. And so, but we see each other at the lodge quite a lot, don't we? When you come down there, that's fun. Yeah. So during this lockdown fiasco, I started a little group, didn't I, for the Water Rats? And I mentioned it would probably be good, like Keith and Orville did, had a song, didn't they? And I thought, who wants to write a song for Arthur Lager, basically? And just like that, we started messaging each other. How did this song come along? We've been talking about a song we're doing tonight. So,
well, I think one of the ideas I remember saying to you originally, I said, have you got a puppet that you've not used yet? So we could not a famous puppet. Obviously, Arthur Lager's really famous, and my original idea was have a puppet, who'd be 2 Metre Peter, and then we sort of talked about it, and then you said, well, we could have Arthur talking about Peter, and it came out just like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
really quick.
And then I remember, was it originally Rita? Was it 2 Metre Rita? What was it? Was that
we did toy with Rita, and then went back to Peter again, then back to Rita. Yeah, I think Peter was going to meet Rita and marry her. Then there was Gita.
So there was a Gita. We were looking for options for different countries, weren't we? So my daughter keeps singing 2 Metre Gita. She's 4 years old and she loves that version. But yeah, I mean, there's still options there for different countries. But so we got together really. We got together on the phone and started to chat. And I threw loads of ideas at you. And you're just like my wife. And I love you for that, because you said, Steve, just one idea, or that's what we need to work on. Because I said, oh, I need this for that, and Chi-Chi needs a song. I've got this idea, and then but both of in our heads we were both thinking we do need like a summer hit, or we need like a new party dance or something for now that's going on. And then the words 2 Metre came out, which was perfect, and then we come up with 2 Metre Peter. So a couple of days later, it was at that same day I wrote the lyrics. You started to do some little riffs, didn't you? 2 Metre. Yeah. We were talking about that on that first phone call, and then I went away, wrote the lyrics that night, and I sent them to you that night. And then a few days later, you come back with this brilliant tune, and then I had to relook at the lyrics and try and fit it into the song. That's when I begged Nina to come on board. Now, Nina's really organised, and whereas I would just throw everything in there, she would put everything in there in its right, respectable place. And so I asked her if she could do the phrasing for me. So she started to phrase the words into the song, and then and she made it fit. and that, you know, what you see is the results of it. But she started to sing those bits, and I was doing the chorus with Arthur Lager. She was doing all of the verses, and I went, wait a minute, I think we need you on the song. This sounds good. It just complemented each other. I thought, didn't you, with Arthur and Nina?
Perfect. Yeah.
Nina can sing, so. And then we sent it back to you, and it took a couple of goes, didn't it? Because we didn't have a mic.
At one point it went to like a reggae thing, didn't it?
It nearly was reggae, yeah.
I don't know why I said
how that beginning went.
Yeah, it works well as a reggae thing. And then I said,
yeah.
Or should we go just normal? Yeah. Let's jam.
I can't play that thing. Brilliant.
That sort of thing.
When you started playing that, that's when it all started to fit. I think, hang on, there definitely is something here. There's this new tune that you created, and me and Nina were like, wow, this is fantastic. So she fit the words of the song. We sent it back to you, and then you come back with this masterpiece. But we recorded it on our phones. We recorded it on our computer, and it just wasn't right, was it? It was just singing of Metre Peter, Metre Peter. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm a ventriloquist. Yeah.
There is that. But of course, see, the thing is, these phones and stuff sound great quality. I mean, if you film somebody or record, I mean, it plays back on the phone great. But to suddenly put it for a studio through lots of frequency and EQ, it's like, whoa, it goes really thin. I mean, one of the ideas, I think, was, you know, to make this record a sort of a really sort of like trendy. I mean, I could have, you know, spent weeks and weeks on this, making it a really sort of modern, trendy production. But then I thought, well, hang on, you know, the song is more powerful than the actual production in a sense. So I want to make it really classic, basic song, which, you know, a band could play, rather than some sort of big, you know, we could have sort of gone, but I think the song's more powerful than that. So that's why we just got like a basic guitar, drums, bass.
I think keep it simple. Yeah, and I think it'll appeal to a lot more people that way as well. I think the way we've gone, I think, you know, it's not reggae and it's not rock or heavy metal or something.
It's just like a straight song.
It's a catchy song. The feedback over the last couple of days has just been, wow, this is catchy. I can't get this out of my head. This is what we want. We want a Baby Shark theme, don't we?
I mean, I have to admit, it was driving me nuts. I mean, it's like going to bed and I'd wake up. And this happens with other tracks I've been doing recently. You wake up and it's like, what they call it, an earworm, don't they? Is it an earworm?
Or as your mum calls it, an earwig, doesn't she?
An earwig, yeah. Yes, an earwig, yeah. And of course, you just have to eventually replace that. It's actually a proper scientific condition, an earworm. It's not like a gimmicky thing. It's a real thing.
Is it really?
You can't get it off your head. But the more you play it, the more it sort of follows. The whole thing is catchy. It's not just the chorus. I mean, Nina's vocals and the middle eights. I just think it complements the subject, and it's got a feel-good vibe about it.
It's uplifting, isn't it? It is uplifting, and it's a feel-good piece of music. I mean, it does, and it builds. I love how it builds through
the change at the end.
Yeah, the middle eight is it? I call it the bridge. It's not the bridge. I'm not musical.
It's 8 bars. Yeah, middle eight. It goes to a key change. It goes from D to E.
Yeah, that's a bit I worried about. Chorus. Yeah, I really had to lift Arthur Lager high up in the air for that bit, just to get him, singing that line. But it's the feedback is fantastic. We're just loving all of the people's notes and the earworms who can't stop singing it, can't get it out of our heads. It's what we want when you hear a song like that, especially instantly like that when you post it. So yesterday, me and Nina went in the garden, done a lockdown video as well, and you liked that.
Yeah.
You don't now because it took you 5-6 hours to lay it down.
To lay the track on top of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was up late last night doing that because getting the thing in sync. You know, a lockdown production. I mean, I guess normally we'd be in Pinewood Studios making a video, pop video, but we can't do that. So we have to do it as a lockdown production. but that kind of reflects media culture as it is now. All the adverts on TV, all the people interviewing people are doing this sort of thing. So it reflects.
Yeah.
I think that garden. I love the garden. You've got the sun coming through the bushes. You've got the sun coming through, and Nina's glowing away, and Arthur's there. You're not in it at all.
Yeah, I loved that. I don't know how difficult I need to make it for myself, but actually holding a phone, and then puppeteering, remembering the words, and then panning out from me to Arthur while I'm holding the phone. And it was not the easiest of jobs. And we probably had about 5 takes. And I think we were annoying everyone in the garden back there because we were singing it over and over again. But I think you can hear the kids at the beginning of the video, but they were playing around the corner. But what I wanted to do also was, Keith Harris, as you know, was a dear friend of mine. And with Orville's song, now that was a hit, you know, on Top of the Pops, and that was good. Will I be the next ventriloquist to do that? We want it in the charts, Kevin, don't we? That's what we want people to push it, so we get. Not another Orville song. It's a completely different song. Yeah,
it has as much chance as being number one than anything that's been released. I mean, it's out worldwide. It's being released in Australia, America, Japan, England, but I mean, it's out there. If enough people bought it in 1 week, it would be top 40. But because there's so many records out now, people can release stuff. I mean, this is the equivalent to having a single on Woolworth's shelves, or Our Price, all these HMV stores. So we've got the equivalent of having a single in every single store. So if enough people did download it, it would get to the top 40. But unfortunately, there's no Top of the Pops anymore, so we wouldn't be on Top of the Pops.
No, there isn't. It'll be on top of the YouTube. But it's that's the thing, because it is worldwide as well. I mean, I've got friends in Australia, and they said we're loving it in Australia. I passed it on to my friends, and we've got the same culture, we've got the same words. So it could be big in Australia. Maybe we could change a couple of the. I mean, they know who Matt Lucas is because of Little Britain. They know who Gary Barlow is. Ricky Gervais is worldwide with Netflix. So we wouldn't have to change too much of it, I don't think. But I think it will travel. It will travel.
What are those things that you throw, they come back to you?
Who?
What are those things you throw in Australia, they come back to you? What are they called?
Women. Women.
That's it.
Yeah. Boomerang.
That's it.
Yeah.
I just couldn't think what they were called. I was thinking bamboo. Boomerang. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What are them things on sticks you get at buffets?
Oh, like pineapple.
No, pensioners. Those ones. So, yeah. So, I should have planned a few more jokes. I'm getting into this now.
Just a general chat.
Mate, but this is, I just wanted to do a little video just to thank you for your patience and your musical skills, mate. Because you've done all last year. You were working all summer on music for me for my new tour this year, which actually has been hung up to dry for a couple of months or another year. But all those, I can't wait to get on stage. And your musicality skills are just genius. And to put this together in the few weeks that we have done is just phenomenal, because people are enjoying it, and we want to put smiles on people's faces as well. We want people to enjoy it. We want people to benefit from it as well. And so we're tagging NSPCC. Is it 3 weeks? Is that,
3 weeks,
wow.
I think 3 weeks.
Is that the norm? Or do things take longer than that normally? I'm not into
things. I can spend months on tracks, going back, mixing it, doing it, remixing it, test pressing. No, but that's not right. We just did it. But just going back to what we said earlier on about the feel good thing, with all the kind of negative stuff, we're fed this, that, and the other, that this song just really says to people, don't worry, everything's going to be okay.
It does, doesn't it? Because we're smiling throughout the song, listening to it, and while we're singing as well, because it is a pick me up song. It really is a good feel song. And
also,
and I love
Steve,
it.
I was going to say one thing we haven't slight delay. One thing we haven't talked about really briefly was the 2 meter thing. I think the 2 meter. I mean, I always tend to do that anyway with people. I tend to sort of stay 2 meters. But what a healthy thing to do. I think it's going to be a lot less flus, a lot less stomach bugs, a lot less cold, because we're just going to be more cautious. So, and especially with the kids going back to school soon, you know, people are saying, are the kids going to remember to be cautious and have this thing? But of course, a song like this is going to, 2 Metre Peter. So it really could do, I mean, it's a novelty song, like we said, but it really could do some real good things for the community and the culture.
I think so. It's definitely being used on a sitcom or a movie. Options all out there, but it's feel good, and it is putting the message across, which is what we need as well. We want kids to be singing it, and then it will remind you while you're listening to it in Asda, Tesco's, or Lidl, or even Waitrose, to actually go, oh, I need to step back a bit, you know, just so I could do my dance moves. And we're trying to get an idea going now. We want people on the Facebook page to actually come up with the 2 Metre Peter dance. So we want them to send their videos in to us, listening to the song, download it first, and then listen to the song, and then come up with, and we're going to send you a prize. We may get some CDs printed or something. We'll sign the CDs, and we'll think of the prize. But we really want you to send in your dances of 2 Metre Peter, because we've not got the moves yet. We will put some moves to it.
My mum did one.
Your mum did a great one. I loved your mum. She was going for it, wasn't she?
Yeah.
And that was after Apple Crumble, wasn't it?
She done well after. We actually ate quite a lot that day, and I said, just do a little dance, and she did a great one. I think we need something more specific, with some kind of 2 Metre Peter, some kind of hand
tug of war, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, we do. I was doing a little dance with little Lola, my 8-year-old, the other day. She was laughing about it, but she was enjoying it. We were stepping 1 metre at a time and stopped at 2, and then came back again. So it could be something as simple as that, you know, but then you need to do something with your hands. We started to wash them at one point.
Hand cream and sanitizer, all these things. Actually, last week in Tesco, I told you this, at the checkout, I got my shopping there, and I just stood there this way. I said to her, the girl on the checkout, I said, 2 Metre. She went, yeah. I said, 2 Metre Peter. And she went, is that your name? I said, no. I said, it's not actually. I said, but wouldn't that make a great song, 2 Metre Peter? She went, I think you're onto something there. And I went, 2 Metre Peter, 2 Metre Peter. She went, you really are onto something. I said, but maybe it's been done already. So when she hears it eventually, she'll think, that strange man who came in Tesco's.
We know that. He's now famous.
Psychic.
Wow.
He's psychic. No, but she might not put two and two together.
No, planting the seeds. That's what we need to do, is plant the seeds. But I just want to say thank you, Kevin. Well done, Kevin. This is brilliant. I'm looking forward to the next step. We've got a couple of radio interviews coming up, so we'll post that on the Facebook page.
Yes.
So you can listen in, and they can actually play the record. And I'll play it after this as well, so you can be reminded and get that little earworm or earwig in your head.
Earwig episodes, yeah.
Listen to it. So from Kevin Dean, who wrote this wonderful music and helped me write the song, Steve Hewlett, and Nina. We've not talked much about Nina, but she's going to do a lot of the radio interviews. Beautiful voice, and she's really backed us up on this. She's done a great job. So it's a good teamwork there. And Arthur Lager, of course, he had something to do with it. I use his face. It's better than mine. But thank you so much for listening and watching. Tune in, download 2 Metre Peter now on iTunes. Kevin can help me out here. iTunes, Amazon,
and all good download stores, download stores in the whole world.
Yes,
TikTok, Xbox, all those sort of things. Google, whatever.
Yeah, Google, everything. Yeah, all of it. TikTok. You can. We may put an instrumental out as well, so you can record your own versions of the song and show us that. That'd be great. Yeah, who's that?
12-inch. We can put out a 12-inch extended version.
Put an even longer one out there. 14-inch. So all of them. He's talking about the vinyl. We might go vinyl by Christmas. Thanks for watching. 2 Metre Peter. We love it. See you soon, guys. Enjoy. Download. Get downloading from Woolworths.